Hey guys, what's up? It's Darkmick here and welcome back to another video. Today we're covering off Junkyard in our Mythic Plus Advanced Blood DK tips and tricks. This video and all the information brought to you by myself, Mandel, San, Floor Fruits, Vera, and Ali. So I'm just going to start shortening their names now because I just keep messing them up. So the idea of, I'm going to write them on the screen too so you actually know who these people are. So today I'm going to take a little bit different format with Junkyard in regards to how I run through this. Kind of similar to what I did with Atel'Dazar. Because there's so many multiple pathways that you can go in Junkyard, I'm going to go through the trash first. I'm going to go through the trash broken up into each area and then talk about the boss in that area and then go to a different area. I just decided that then. So starting off with Gunka's area, it seems like a good one to start with. So the big mobs in Gunka's areas that you need to kill, the toxic monstrosities, you can actually use AMS on them to prevent their consume debuff. You need to make sure that you use AMS prior to the cast going off, not as it's actually channeling. And you can also use Death's Advance to run away from them when you are being sucked in. So two things that you can do there. The elementals that are around that will cast a slime wave, you can actually grip them off that slime wave cast and it will not cause a recast. The coil bearers, they're at the front of Gunka's section. I'm putting them in Gunka's section. You can actually, if they are in sync, you can actually use mass grip on them to stop their charged coil going off, as it does do quite a bit of damage. Otherwise, you can interrupt it, you can single grip it, you can use asphyxiate on them as well. Moving on to Gunka himself as a boss, there's not a hell of a lot you can really do here. You can use AMS on the goop to move through the puddles if needed. However, just make sure that your AMS is up whilst you are moving through the puddle. If it expires when you are in a puddle, you will end up getting gooped. That's pretty much all that we've really got to use on Gunka. One other thing I should mention, on, I think it's called Coalesce, where he sucks you in, you can use Death's Advance to obviously avoid being sucked in too and stay in the bot easier. We're going to go to Trixie's area now. So Trixie's trash-wise, be sure to grip the Piston Head Bastards in when they yeet away to Africa, so they're more stacked up and allow the rest of the pool to be cleaved on. So just be saving your grips on those to grip them back in when they jump out. In regards to Trixie and Nano as a boss, you can actually tank them behind the house. And this is what a lot of groups have been doing now. It's in a line of sight spot, so they're stacked up and they never actually jump away, which allows the fight to go a lot quicker. The only downside is this: the melee and range will have to walk away into the Mega Tase cloud, which realistically isn't a problem. You can AMS an application of the Tase as well and let her free cast on you, as the damage isn't actually noticeable for tanks. So two good things that we can sort of, one is not Blood DK related, but tanking them behind that house is actually very useful. And you've seen it a lot in MDIs and things like that, but perhaps a lot of people still don't know about it on live. Going over to King Gobbermack's side now. So the trash tossers, same with them. As they yeet away, make sure that you are gripping them back in. Just watch as well, because when they do yeet away, sometimes they drop a bomb under them. In some of the terrain and things like that, it can be quite hard to see. So just make sure you're keeping an eye out for that one. You always want to make sure that you are in range of the bullies and the grinders before they cast Skull Smash or Headbutt. Otherwise, it goes on the closest member of the or to them. And the last thing you want to do is have your group dying to them while you're running away. So just make sure with bullies and grinders that you are always in melee range of those. In regards to the shamans that you come across, we can easily solo those in the Trog area or in the Gobbermack area. If your group is low on interrupts, what you can do is you can death grip every single stone skin that goes off, and you can mind freeze every single grasping hex that goes off. Moving into King Gobbermack himself, one thing to avoid on King Gobbermack is using AMS on Charge Smash. If you use AMS on Charge Smash, it means that you will not get the electricity debuff to then run and dump on a pylon. So that's something you absolutely want to avoid. Something you can do, again, not Blood DK related, sorry, but when you are fighting King Gobbermack, the grunters around him, you can just pull them in as you're doing the fight. They'll be instantly killed for 3% when the electricity is on the little nodes around. So it's a nice little way that you can get 3%. You can just death grip them in while the electric pylons are going off. You can just death grip a couple in or one at a time or whatever on the rotation and get some 3%. Moving into the last boss, guys, the HK. So the HK area, you'll have these cavalry dog thingamajiggies, their rapid fires is generally preceded by the charge, I'm going to say 50% of the time. And it will always target you when it spins. So point it away from your group. If you do have to pull these, generally only happens on teaming where you need extra percent or something like that, but just make sure if you've got the cavalry that you are pointing it away from your team, as that is where it will target for when it goes to spin its rapid fire. HK8, the boss itself, guys. So you can utilize mass grip for the little shock zappy bots that drop from the sky, the 3 of them. You can pick one, you can use mass grip to group them all up together if you wanted to stun or roots or whatever you're trying to do. Otherwise, you can use your D&D slow on them to slow them. You can use asphyxiate on them as well when needed. In regards to the boss itself, the tank buster, dancing rune weapon will generally get you through most stacks of wreck safely. But wreck is obviously something that you need to pull runic power for and be aware of, because there's a fair bit of damage that comes out from that one. In regards to walking up, once you've defeated the tank buster and walking up to disable the pylons, you can use AMS to walk safely through the zones on the floor that pulse blue, not the spinning, bladey, rotating beam things. You still need to jump and run around them, but the pulsing blue sections, you can actually use AMS to navigate through them by just running through them. Obviously, make sure AMS is up, otherwise you'll get teleported back. As the tank, you generally want to be the last one in the hack phase and finish off the last 4% or whatever by yourself. So all your DPS can be downstairs, and then you can just light foot to the boss to get as much damage up as you can. So that is it, guys. Hopefully that gives you a little bit of insight in regards to what Blood DK has a little bit of an easier time with in Junkyard, and that gives you some tips. If I've missed anything, hit it in the comments below. Otherwise, like, comment, subscribe. Thank you very much for checking out the guide, guys. I'll see you all next time. See you, fam.